Hello. Hello, good afternoon, Emmanuel.
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Sincere apologies for um, this starting late. It's actually not in our character, but there
No
was just a big
problem.
collapse. I'm actually very grateful that you were able to still connect with us. Um, so how is your week been, by the way?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been great doing what I love doing, so I'm happy.
Oh, okay, fantastic. I'm sure I'm going to hear more about that as we move along. Um,
Yeah.
right. Okay, so I'm just going to introduce myself and just give a brief um, summary of what the call is about, and then maybe we can get into it as we go along. My name is Lanre Adeoye, and I am a technical recruiter at the Gradient Boost. What we do at the Gradient Boost is that we intelligently match curated data science, analytics, and data engineering talent from across Africa to global opportunities. And then the purpose of the call is to learn more about you, chat with you about your most interesting projects in detail, and also understand the kind of opportunities that you are looking out for. So I think to start with, we can just have a good feel about what your career journey has been with data science, and then we can get into talking about other things.
Okay. So I actually a graduate of petroleum engineering. Yeah, but I took interest in data in my final year. So during the course of my youth service, I kind of took on courses to learn to switch to data science and analytics. So after my NYC, I got an externship with former Paylater, which is now Carbon, where I was able to get first hands-on experience with actual working with data science tools. So I was able to work with their data to build some clustering algorithms and also loan default prediction algorithms. So that was my first point of contact with data science and analytics. Then I moved on to a data consultancy company, Intelfort Nigeria Limited, where I was exposed to really working with major banks in Nigeria like Zenith Bank, Wema Bank, Fidelity Bank. We offered a wide range of services, from spanning from predictive analytics to data warehousing to reporting with Power BI. Then from there, I moved on to where I am currently, Umba One Technology. So Umba is a company that provides IT solutions to organizations, majorly gamification solutions. So I expect that as we move on in the call, I'll be able to explain what gamification is and how interesting it is. So from then till now, that has been my journey.
All right, that sounds very exciting. And then I think the next thing I'd want to know before we move to talking in detail about like your project would be what kind of opportunities are you looking out for in terms of making a switch? Would it be a full-time or contract role? Are you open to working remotely? What is like the range of salary you're looking out for? Just give us what kind of place would you like to work? What's your preferred working style? So just give me a brief of that, please.
Okay, so all for full-time remote. I mean, the world is changing these days, and I mean, a majority of things can be accomplished from a very good working space, which I have. So I like full remote. I'm open to either contracts or full-time working staff. Yeah. For places I like to work. So I mean, data is changing the way we see things, and I mean, it's changing how organizations make decisions. So I would really like to work in a place where I mean, data is at the core of decision making. I mean, be it e-commerce, be it the banking, be it manufacturing, be it gaming. I mean, as long as they have the data for me to crunch and I mean, help them make better decisions in order to drive profit and revenue. I mean, it's game for me. As long as
Mm.
there's data, there's data to work on. I mean, it makes it more interesting for me.
Okay, so in terms of,
Yeah.
oh, I sorry for cutting you off there. In terms of
Yeah.
like a salary, what's the like the range you are looking out for?
That's in naira, right?
Dollars.
In dollars.
Yes, please.
Between $8,000 to $8,500.
8,000 or 800.
1,000 between 8,000,
Okay,
$1,000 to
okay.
$1,500. Yeah.
Monthly, right?
Yeah, monthly.
Okay, all right. Sounds very fantastic. Yeah, I think now at this point, I'll just like to hear from you because I know over the course of your career you have worked with a couple of projects, but we just want to understand what your interesting project has been so far. Um, just give me a good run through from how you even got like maybe the company you work for, how you got to start this project, the rationale behind going or using a particular model, up to like the business impact that this project brought to you. So I'll just wait and have you, speak to that.
All right. So my interesting project. Sorry, I think I'm echoing. Okay, I think it's fine. So my interesting project has to be a gamification project, which is where I am currently. So gamification is basically, the application of, gaming elements, like point scoring, competition with others like leaderboards, typically games to non-game entities like online marketing, like transactions and all. So, I mean, let me take the problem statement. So there's this bank, Nigerian bank. They want to improve their customer engagement. They want to reduce customer churn, and they also want to improve transactions because transactions translate to revenue at the end of the day. So where I work currently, there's a product called Extra Wins. So Extra Wins is aimed at uh, giving customers incentives to make transactions, to make more transactions and gain revenue. And it's been my most interesting project so far because I get to see the impact real time. Other projects I've done in the past. Data warehousing for Zenith Bank, data warehousing for African Prudential. So when it's done, I mean my company just gives them access to a reporting dashboard or a visualization where they go on there and make their own decisions. We have gotten feedback that yes, that's helped improve their business. But
Mhm.
we don't have access to figures, what they have grown by. But with this current project I'm on with the bank, I'm on it on a daily basis. So I was able to see how the revenue grew from baseline from the first month till now. So so majorly what it's about is they have this customer base, right? They are just there. They're transacting. The bank knows that yes, this customer could do more, but they don't know how. So that's where Extra Wins come in. So Extra Wins is basically a gamification product that uses data crunching and data analysis to target the right kind of customers that would give you a particular amount of transaction. So
Mhm.
I do basically, is to look at customers. Well, first of all, there's a segmentation. Based on their transaction, based on their demography, based on their behaviorals. So that's the first thing. I did with the data. So I'm like the principal facing person on this project. So the first thing I did was to segment, customers, based on their activity level in terms of transactions, and also based on their recency level, like last transaction date. So this way, it makes it easier, to use SQL to be able to select the kind of customers that would give the kind of, kind of results that we need. So the way it's done is campaigns are being run on a daily or bi-weekly. Now, so the campaigns, so the first stage is to select the kind of customers that we are sure will transact. For example, now, I can say, okay, look, bank, I've looked at this data, and I think if we can get one customer to make 10 transactions, then we are sure that you're going to get, a big revenue for today because they track revenue on a daily basis. So
Mhm.
what I do is, go to the data, use SQL to crunch the data, So the model I always use is I select people that have done 5 transactions consecutively in the past 1 month. Now it's easier to tell these customers to do times 2 of that while giving them an incentive. So
Mhm.
what I do is I bring out these potential customers that can give up and above what they usually do, send it to the marketing team. The marketing team sends a targeted message at them a message can read, perform 10 transactions today for a chance to win 5,000 naira. I mean, it's just like the, traditional, give a campaign and, there's a reward behind it. Just that the difference now is the kind of customers I select are customers that would surely, do more than that because they have proven from historical records. So actually, they are proven to be able to do at least, let me take five, for example. If we're supposed to do to five, so for them to do 10, it's easier for them to do 10 than someone that's done just one before and telling them to do 10. So that's what I mean. That's what's key about this gamification. So first of all, selecting the kind of customers that will actually give you that transaction you need, and also number two, the kind of communication strategy. And I mean, this is why this is so interesting for me because month on month, I mean, I've seen the way transactions have grown and also revenue has grown just by selecting the right people and giving them the right communication message. So I mean, right, um, you know, other than other projects I've done in the past where we just give the management and admin dashboard, they just go and view things themselves and make decisions. I am part of the decision making in this project. That's why it's so interesting for me. And I've been able to see revenue grow by over a 4,000% incremental figures from when it started till now. So that's why it has been like my most interesting because I mean I've been able to see data analysis really really bring out the business intelligence in solutions. I mean the actionable insight to be able to say okay yeah data has been able to bring about this change and I've been part of the process and I'm still part of the process. So I mean that's been my most interesting project so far.
Awesome. So what tools did you use to like clean the data and also do this analysis?
Okay, so I use Google Cloud Platform.
Mhm.
I use Google BigQuery for the data crunching and the data cleaning, and I use Google Data Studio for the reporting. So the bank has access to this dashboard. I mean, it's just like what I've regularly done in a different project. Build a system like a data warehouse, takes transactions, populates a dashboard, and then the management has access to the dashboard. Just that this time it's different because I'm in the system on a daily basis. I'm
Mhm.
required to make optimizations. I'm required to make daily improvements, looking at customers that would give even more than what they did last month. I mean, so one of my KPIs here is to make sure that the next month is better than the previous month. And this is from daily crunching and daily analysis. So Google Cloud Platform has been, very helpful in this project. So the Google Cloud Platform, it has the whole suite. It has the storage. It has the Google BigQuery, which is the SQL engine, and it also has the Google Data Studio, which is the reporting platform. Just like a whole suite entirely, just in one space. So Google Cloud Platform has been what I've been using.
Right. Sounds awesome. So what are the major challenges you have faced so far with this project?
Yeah, so I mean, initially, the major project faced was, I mean, there was a point where, I mean, for I think 3 months down the line, um, it looks like, it looks like I was maxing customers out because, I mean, at the end of the day, no system can be 100% efficient. So let's say we had 1 million customers and kept on flogging these 1 million customers with campaign messages. At some point, it looked like they were not reacting anymore. So, I mean, it was a big challenge on me. And I mean, I really had to look for a way to optimize it better. So what I just did was to go back. I mean, I looked for the same customers. I looked at what they did. Like I went far back as a year ago, looked at the kind of period they transacted, look at the days of the week, look at how many they did. And I just advised that, okay, why don't we step down these transactions gradually and then build up from there? So we're able to apply the optimization into that month, and then we saw transactions coming back up. So we saw a surge just because of that
Wow.
decision making. And also, there was a time when they wanted to keep cost to income ratio really low because at some point we're running campaigns every day. So I was able to do an analysis, and I was able to come up with an hypothesis that campaigning to customers every day is not really as it's not efficient because I was able to show from data that when you campaign to customers on one day, let's say Monday, there's something called the ripple effect of the campaign. It still sustains them through Tuesday, Wednesday, at least 2 days after. Instead of campaigning on Tuesday and Wednesday, we just save the funds and campaign again on the fourth day or something. I mean, so that singular decision has been able to keep cost to income ratio down. I mean, the bank is happy for that.
Right, sounds very good. So, in terms of this project, what's your team like?
Yeah, there's a data engineer is responsible for making sure the pipeline that takes data from the bank gets into our system, and there's a data analyst which is me. I do the data crunching and select the kind of customers that would react to the campaign and also give the kind of transactions. And there's also the marketing team that gets the details of these customers and sends targeted messages at this customer. So at the end of the day, the following day, we get results based on transactions. So we're able to see the reaction, the conversion, and the productivity of these customers. So the team is basically made up of a data engineer, a data analyst, and a marketing team that rolls out communications.
Sounds good. So walk me through how you usually collaborate with these multiple stakeholders when working on this project.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
How do you collaborate with like multiple stakeholders? So aside from your team, you also have to like I'm sure you have to communicate with the bank and your superiors and all of that. How do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
collaborate with these people?
Yeah, so we used to have so we have daily meetings where we review performance of the previous day with
Mm,
the bank stakeholders. So in these meetings, we're able to critically analyze the performance of the previous day based on customer reaction, customer conversion, customer productivity, and we're able to advise decisions and next steps to take based on business intelligence. More like provide actionable insights, on how things should go eventually, and then those stakeholders can further relate it to their own management, who then approves maybe campaign spend or maybe an extra marketing spend or something extra based on the decision or based on the advice given to them
mm.
by
Sounds
yeah.
good. Okay, so what would you say in terms of your learning curve has been the strongest learning point so far in this role that you're currently occupy?
Strongest what? I didn't get that.
Learning point, like the point at which you have like really grown and showed competence over time.
Yeah, so before now, I've just been, I've just been a guy, writing SQL scripts, being the guy cleaning data, being the guy, creating visualizations for other people to use. But in this role, I've been able to, take up responsibilities such as optimization plans. To be able to actually you know, improve on performance, basically. More like a growth person. Able to see how
Okay.
data can actually be used to improve the performance of a particular solution, a particular system. So instead of just being the back end person, just doing the whole back end thing and giving to clients, I'm actually in the system now with the clients, collaborating and giving advice and helping them make better decisions.
Okay, so that means that in this role, you currently are the only data analyst working here.
No, I'm not the only data analyst.
Okay,
But I'm the major data analyst.
okay, all right, that sounds good. And in terms of what you're looking out for, it's more around data analysis. That's where your strengths lie, right? Or are there other
Yes,
areas
definitely.
that, okay, all right, so
Yeah,
data
so
analysis.
data is my forte. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So for you, what would you say is your biggest strength in terms of your technical ability as well as weakness?
My biggest strength is using data to make good decisions. Over time, I've been able to apply that even to my own personal life. Even as little as traffic on the road. I kind of study traffic data. I know where to pass and where not to pass, basically. So I think my biggest strength is actually using data to make good decisions. It's worked for me over time. It has worked for organizations I've worked in, and that's it. Um, so weakness. I won't say it's a weakness, but when I, set my mind to do something, I make sure I accomplish it no matter what it takes. Like no matter what it takes, I try to make sure I accomplish it. Even though it looks like it's not, working out fine now. I don't like leaving things, untouched. So some people say it's a weakness for me, but I don't think it's a weakness. I just, I don't like, leaving backlog of stuff. I like clearing things out as they come. So I don't need that, passes for weakness, but to me, it's just like a weakness because it's kind of sometimes it ties me down. It doesn't make me move forward, but then I always try to, clear it out as soon as possible and,
All
move
right.
forward.
Yeah, sounds interesting. So in terms of your soft skills, could you answer the same question? Areas where you feel like it's your strongest point and areas where you find that you're weak.
Okay, by soft skills, you mean, emotional
In
or
terms
I
of
don't.
like say communication, presentation, working with people, those kind of skills.
Okay, okay, I'm good at presentation, I'm good at communication. One thing I'm not good in is I don't know how to scold people. So that's like a little communication backlog. Not like scold, but I mean, when someone is not really, matching up to what they should do, I really don't know how to be harsh. So I would say I have a bit of a communication, gap in that regard. But I
Mm.
mean, leadership, yes, I've learned in some roles before and I did well. So I did great. So leadership's okay. Presentation's okay.
So how have you been able to work on that? I mean, being able to like follow up or delegate tasks and
Yeah.
ensure that it's being done the right way.
Yeah, so I've been able to, take some, for example, I did this Joberman soft skills, program where it was able to help my emotional intelligence. So, I mean, I now know how to better,
Mm.
delegate tasks and I know how to better follow up on people who are underperforming, and I know how to better, manage people due to what I learned from the soft skills I took.
Right. I think there's a question that I haven't asked, but it's something that I'm very curious about. And that is that what was the trigger for you to move to data science, given that it's not your background?
Yeah, so
Was it just
even yeah, I'm listening to you.
oh, please go ahead. I mean, I was going to say that was it just because of the opportunity you had to interview with One Finance and Investments, or was there something more to that?
Yeah, it was something more. So long before One Finance, I mean, when I was in, final year, I mean, like I said, I read petroleum engineering. So, I mean, I read an article from Shell on how they use data actually to, transform, their processes. And I mean, I just took interest and I started reading up about data and I actually saw that data is actually helping companies, make better decisions, make better progress. So, I mean, I'm like, okay, I want to be part of this transformation. Then I said, okay, let me just go into data science. I mean, I want to help companies uncover more. I want to help them see better possibilities. I want to
Mm.
help them expand their potential and their horizon. So that's why I went into data science analytics.
All right, sounds good. So how do you currently upskill, or do you currently do personal projects, or how do you currently expand like your knowledge or learn more things? Are you part of a community? What are those things that you do to keep you up to date with current trends?
Yeah, so I have a lot of I have some sites I go to every time concerning data. Towards datascience.com is my go-to every time. I take some courses also on Udemy. I take LinkedIn courses a lot, LinkedIn Learning, and I also
Mm.
do Audacity, just to keep myself abreast with what's going on. I mean, with this kind of field, it changes every day. So I mean, I don't want to be caught, unaware. So I like to, keep up with, current trends and, what's going on. So that's how I,
Mm.
kind of keep myself, on my toes.
Okay, all right. So in terms of your current role, I would like to know what's like team size.
Team size for the data team.
Yes, for the data team.
Data team we're currently four.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So do you have any questions for me?
Oh, sorry, I didn't get that.
So do you have any questions for me?
No, I have no questions. I mean, you've explained what the call was about initially, and I mean, I really understand. I mean, I've read up on Gradient Boost already before the interview, so I have an idea of what's going on. So for
Right.
now, I'm good.
Okay. Sounds very fantastic. So thank you so much, Emmanuel, for attending this call. Um, we will definitely use this information to um, ensure that I mean, you are connected to the kind of opportunities that you hope for, and enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, thank you very much. It was nice having conversation with you.
Same here. Bye.
All right, bye.